All right, now we're running. We're here at a very memorable park. There's no wind this time, but it's a lot of cars. Like, it's right off of 135th, not far from my house. I say it's memorable because I've had a lot of memories, obviously, here growing up. Again, with this spot, a lot has changed. Like, I'm noticing a lot of parks are being cared for and like refurbished. And it's just interesting because I know how it was before, and it's like, yeah, it looks a lot better, but I just think it was just so much more character in the other one, and it is what it is, though. So, what I really wanted to talk about was faith, because a lot of people come to this realm and they spend their whole life trying to discover their purpose. And what they end up doing because of that is they end up being part of the matrix, soul intact or not. The soul is definitely where the basis of consciousness comes from for the most part, but that is not the only thing that deciphers whether you're living within your path or not. Because I hope I pronounce this word right, but a word that I hear a lot is you're still indoctrinated. So pretty much you're still living within their guidelines, but you're mindful. Who's to say what's better and what's worse? But for me personally, I just connect to the aspect of living within my own intention, meaning that obviously, you get confined to a matrix by being a human or being any type of living animal within this 3D realm, regardless of how it seems to you. You all get an opportunity to feel and live and breathe for the most part, and adapt and grow, and that's a thing that we all have in common. But with me, I choose to do that within my own signature, and actually the purpose of that is beyond just being within the ego. The purpose of that is to fulfill destiny and also to evolute, like keep on evoluting the ancestry, giving more power and more energy to the right things and balancing out this reality, not necessarily for any reason besides the fact that that's the laws of the land. It's always something to come and balance out in the yin yang aspect. So that's my role. I personally believe that faith gave me the validation to actually step out into that, because I could have definitely been someone who followed and abided by the structures that would have kept my true purpose a little bit confined, but it's still all confinement, like I mentioned, in the 3D realm. But I feel like I'm doing something that I can do based just solely from me being myself, and I'm bringing it into these constructs to help evolute not only my lifestyle, but also just the mindset, because I feel like, not to brag, I feel like it's me plus a lot of other angels or other entities or other spiritual beings that came back to help evolute the realm in all. And with that, we have some in physical form, and we have some that's on other aspects. And those are very essential with the faith, because faith is something that can only be established once you connect to the spiritual aspect of this realm. When you realize that there's other energies and everything else playing in to help manifest your desires, and certain things you should focus on, and certain things that you can't control, and the fact that that's just the magic that we just don't know once we're in this realm. You have to acknowledge that it's also other things playing along, seen and unseen, and timing is one of the most essential things behind that. But the purpose of it is just like to let you know that it's more than just us. And once you establish that, then faith can be, tested. Testing it is actually acting and moving and actually moving within your energy and doing what you feel is necessary for you. So once you've done that, then you put yourself in a position where you're living in faith, because once you do that, then what's dependable, like what you can see for sure, that consistent paycheck, or just the environment being the same, knowing what you can do and knowing that you doing this can for sure get you this for the most part. that drives you into a direction of feeling like that's what's right. Or who's to say what's right or wrong? But I'm saying, like, personally, once I mention like how I choose to live my life within my energy, it would be considered as something that would be undesirable, and I've lived that, and I've grown through that, and I'm grateful for that still. But the purpose of me saying this is just to mention, like, faith is what helped me. And I'm going to say evolutes because me personally, I feel like I'm in a higher position to express my energy. So that's an evolution. And I did that because of faith, which was something that's not even tangible, but something that is felt. Once you live through that shit, it's real. But it takes a wise and a strong and a confident person to believe that faith is real. Once you establish spiritualism is real, and that's actually ruling this whole concept, then you could dive deeply into what it is that faith does for you and let it play its role, and part of having faith is not just believing. A lot of people believe. That's what religion is. They believe. Even if it's religion to be an atheist, that's a strong belief in what you think. But faith is knowing that what you think is what's going to manifest. And 9 times out of 10, it takes those people, you want to call them crazy, bold, confident, whatever you want to call them, it takes those people to prove that that is what's real. But that's the law of the land regardless. Faith is more than just believing, though. Faith is the action to make sure that your belief and your physical, your body, this realm that we have to live in, is aligned. And that's when you can obtain the faith. A lot of people mention that, faith is going to get me through everything. But faith could keep on putting you in them same cycles to let you see that you could deal with it. If you don't know what you're trying to get out of it, it's going to show you, hey, you look how you handling this. You're just a strong person now, and you relying on faith to keep on getting you through that. But if you're not in the concept of wanting to evolve and do better and progress it to something that's not a struggle and just embrace the fact that life is what it is, then faith can play that role, or faith can help you get to where you're trying to go if you feel like you want to go for more. Who's to say what's better or what's not? Everybody's life path is different. But personally, me, someone that is a life path 5, just if you want to speak on that aspect, like, I have no limitations. I can't have limitations. So it's just about growing and knowing what's worth it. And at that time, and knowing that the faith of me knowing what I want and the spirits agreeing with my lifestyle are resonating with me to help me get where I need to go. And that's all driven by the Most High, or however you want to look at it, is all the energy, and everybody plays their role. You know what I'm saying? So faith is just making sure that you're playing your role and you're being open to growth overall. So yeah, that's just a little something I want to talk about. I used to come to this park like every week, it seems. It's like a basketball court, baseball court, people riding their bikes, cars going by. It's pretty active, but it's still very tranquil because it used to be a lot more popular, and now it's like really nobody. But be grateful for every day and be grateful for growth.